we're driving along, and it was too beautiful not to stop, and I'm gonna show you the view here in a minute. And I was just looking as we got out of the trucks, multiple, these little footprints and everything, and I was like, cool, other people like to get the view up here too, and it looks like other animals too. I'm gonna take you up this little trail here and get up on top of this little rock formation. I want to get a view looking around, just to put some scope and some context to where we are and what we're looking at right now. Is we're still not in the Arctic Circle. We've made it about 30 or 40 miles south of the Arctic Circle, and about 2 hours or so, roughly 100-ish miles from Coldfoot. And I was like, okay, you know, we'll stop at some point and I'll get a good view of everything. But when I saw this view, I immediately was like, okay, we're gonna pull. Like, this is too cool. I know we got a lot to do today. I know we have an agenda and, you know, so much time to keep and everything, but this is too cool not to come and take a look and just capture the scale, like how grand all of this is. All right. You can see the road stretching, I mean, for miles and miles and miles in that direction, and it goes all the way up to what I feel like is the top of the world. And I mean, you're like, wow, look at that, it goes on. But I mean, the sheer size and scale of this area, this land, is, I mean, it's just breathtaking. And the hike is breathtaking. But it just has this feeling like you could spend decades out here exploring, hiking, seeing a new spot, looking at a new place, you know, climbing over to another ridge. What's beyond that? Where's the end? Where's the, you know, the next thing to explore, sort of thing? And once you have it all checked off, and it's like, no, you could spend decade after decade up here exploring and still not get, you know, a fraction of a percent done, you know. And it's just awesome to be part of that. It's awesome to see this. It's awesome to, you know, come out here and be like, wow, I'm standing in this legendary place. I'm looking at this extreme, unique place that so few people get to come and explore and everything. And I was like, I gotta get a video. I gotta capture this, you know, at least this little glimpse, this, you know, blink of an eye worth of what's up here for everybody, so you guys can see this. I mean, it's the most intense environment that I can imagine at this point. And this, you know, at this end of the spectrum, you know, the cold, the vastness, the sheer size, and, you know, that length, that end, that extreme end of it. Pretty awesome. I'm so excited about this trip, and I'm so excited about being able to get so much of this on video. Like, the plan is to focus on Caribou, right? But with that, I was telling people, I was like, okay, you know, I'm not trying to downplay it, but my goal is to survive. If I come up here and spend the time that I want to spend up here, and survive, and even be able to get some of the equipment to stay working while I'm up here is going to be enough for me to have called this, you know, trip a success. Like, come up here, camp up here, you know, for over a week in this kind of environment, and be able to keep the battery in my camera from freezing up. Just to put it in perspective, how extreme all of this really is, as far as the cold and the persistence of all of this. A really popular kind of lightweight piece of equipment that you may or may not have heard of is Jetboil. Okay, cool. I mean, like, I'm a fan. It's real light. You know, you can boil water really quickly and get on the road, and you can cook stuff, and they've got a lot of different, you know, modular aspects of it. You know, I'm like, okay, a lot of options. The fuel that they use in that canister, the isobutane, does not work. It won't work at the temperatures that we're going to be dealing with. You got to go with the big, heavy propane cans, and I got my you know, my cheap Coleman stove, you know, because yeah, it won't work. It won't work otherwise. You got to go with propane, not isobutane. And just knowing that, like, wow, okay, wow, that's so intense that, you know, your normal, you know, lightweight, you know, ultralight type gear or whatever that you might want to take on something like this is ineffective. It's not going to work. You know, and it's been like that with 100 different things that I've planned out and done research on for the last year since I came up here. And, you know, I don't want to say that I got my butt kicked, because I managed to get the hell out of here with the Caribou last year. But damn, it was tough. And there were a couple moments last year where I was like, I got to beat this somehow, you know, using the skills that we have as human beings, which is, you know, I can read, I can think, I can plan, I can, you know, try and prepare myself with some equipment, you know, or some piece of knowledge that will help me and you know, dull that edge that, you know, was so sharp last year. So yeah, this is really intense, standing on the, you know, the edge of this, about to head into the Arctic Circle, and looking at the cold and the wind and the climate up here, and knowing that, you know, this is what I'm going to be in for, you know, the next week, or maybe even two, depending on how things go. It's an intense moment, and I want everybody to feel that. I want everybody to feel that, you know, even having been, you know, up here and explored and, you know, got lucky last year, I'm like, okay, look, even just setting the stakes at, you know, I want to come back. I want to come back, you know, without having lost any fingers or toes. Is a lofty goal in a way, you know. But I'm excited. This is the adventure that I've dreamed about for the last year since I came up here. So I'm really excited, and I hope that you guys are too, and I hope that you're ready for this kind of view for the rest of the series, really. I mean, I'm ready to look at this for the next week.